right, welcome to the new season of Learning and Unlearning. We are doing season 3 now. We started off from Facebook when we were doing these nice Facebook Zoom live conversations, and then we got on camera for season 2, and now we're in this amazing space provided by Empire Partner Foundation, incredible, sexy studio. So we'll be here for the next 10 episodes, and we're discussing 3 broad themes as usual. Let's start with Tumi's theme over here. Tumi, what's our first theme?
So my theme is, broadly speaking, broadly defined as a theme around men, our sensitivities and vulnerabilities, and how we show up in the world. So the first 2 episodes are sort of defined by that theme, but I also have a standalone episode about why we deserve love, sort of unpacking that as a conversation, because I think it's not a conversation that we frequently have. Absolutely. And I wanted to take it to the people.
Definitely,
the people.
Definitely. Bongani, what's our second theme?
So the second theme is a very interesting one, because whenever, I'll just explain how we got there, but every time I share learning and unlearning, whether on my personal social media or on Instagram, a lot of friends from other countries tend to chip in as well. And they're like, wait, that happens there as well? Oh, wow, okay, we have that as well. Here's how it translates. So I decided to come up with a theme called Masculinity Across Borders. So in the first episode, we'll be talking to a guy from the UK. He's a young black man whose parents were immigrants, educated urban male who works in corporate, and finding out how he navigates masculinity in a country like that. And then the other one is a friend of mine from Accra, Ghana. Also very interesting story, because just like us, urban, educated, working professional, but we're just trying to figure out what are the similarities and what are the differences in the way that urban men navigate masculinity with all of the expectations and the pressures that they experience. So I'm really looking forward to those, because I think it'll also provide any audience members that we have from across borders an opportunity to share in their experiences and give us more insights about how we can make this platform reach more people outside of South Africa as well. So yeah, that's the second theme.
Absolutely. And the third theme from my side is a theme around the social ills that emanate from toxic masculinity. Because the reason
classic necessary
conversation, because the reason we started Learning and Unlearning was because of the femicide crisis in South Africa. It was because of the gender-based violence pandemic that is in our country. It was because of the rape statistics that plague women in South African society. And of course, with every other episode, we're dealing with the root cause of these things, and we're dealing with masculinity in general, because behind all these ills is masculinity. But under this theme, we'll actually be talking about rape in South Africa. We'll actually be talking about femicide in South Africa. So the actual definitional episode almost, right, with academics and researchers that are in the space that understand the scourges and can help men and the rest of society in general to identify these scourges themselves, the history, where they come from, and why we seem to be prone to this kind of violence as South African men and those kinds of things. And then from a standalone episode perspective, I'm going to be talking about the journey of masculinity itself, right? So it's very definitional, talking about how men show up in the conventional sense and what expectations come and what are the other cultural iterations of masculinity. Very nice academic episode in that regard. But again, guys, as we always have these conversations, they're very vulnerable, they're very anecdotal, and they're also very political. So if you are a young man and you want to reflect on your own role in helping us, remove the scourge of rape, femicide, and all the horrible things that could emanate from toxic masculinity, come learn with us and unlearn with us here on Learning and Unlearning. Oh, and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and
everything but SoundCloud.
Wherever you get your
podcast. And like and subscribe the existing things we have, and give us a 5-star rating. I really wanted a link out, but I had no idea what to say. Or else what if you don't give us a 5-star rating?
Well, it's pretty simple stuff, right? But we will cut off your access to the internet.
There we go. We have that much power. We have that much power.
Get
Right.
Telkom on the line.
yo, Telkom. Anyway, okay, cool. So see you next time on Learning and Unlearning in our first episode.